And at a time when the world is reeling under the adverse effects of global warming, the United Nations Climate Change Panel has dropped a bombshell in its new report. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has projected the global temperatures to shoot up over the next 20 years. Inevitably, the Earth's temperature is expected to reach or mostly exceed 1.5 degrees Celsius. The 42-page climate report is drafted by 234 scientists from 66 countries, and the combined warming glares at a hotter future. Even if a few countries manage to reach net zero emissions by 2050, the United Nations has named the report, quote-unquote, Code Red for Humanity. Now, this is a significant shift from the body's previous stance. Earlier, the UN Climate Panel shied away from blaming industrial activity. This report warned that temperatures will keep rising even after severe carbon emissions are cut. Extreme weather events will continue to take place, from flash floods to wildfires. Countries across the world will have to remain prepared. Studies show that severe heat waves have become common. From once in every 50 years, heat waves are now happening at once in every 10 years. The report found that once in a decade heavy rain events are now 1.3 times more likely to happen. Once in a decade droughts could happen every 5 or 6 years. The report also warned that Arctic summers could soon be free of ice. The region is warming twice as fast as the global average, and the situation could turn grim by 2050. Sea levels will continue to rise. The trend may last for thousands of years. Sea levels will have been rising due to melting polar ice sheets. Calling for rapid methane cuts, the UN Climate Panel said the world is running out of time to tackle the climate crisis. Countries are yet to meet the goals of the Paris Agreement, which was adopted in 2015.
It is indisputable that human activities are causing climate change and making extreme weather events more frequent and severe. Second, it shows that climate change is affecting every region on our planet. And lastly, it explains that strong, rapid, sustained reductions in carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gas emissions would be required to limit global warming.
Reactions have started pouring in. UN Chief Antonio Guterres said that there is irrefutable evidence that greenhouse gas emissions are choking our planet and that billions of people are in danger. The European Union sounded more optimistic, saying that there was still time to prevent runaway climate change. It added that the world needed to act together and implement carbon net zero policies. Greenpeace said that it was time for the governments to act and that the world cannot keep hitting snooze button on action to stop climate catastrophe.
Scientists can publish these reports, but ultimately the action has to be led by governments. The G20, which is the world's biggest countries, have a commitment now, must have a commitment now, to cut emissions in half by 2030. A lot of these big countries, China, as I said, Saudi Arabia, Russia, Australia, they have not yet put more ambitious plans on the table as they agreed to do at Paris. They must now do this, and they must do this urgently.
The Landmark Climate Report predicts an irreversible damage with no pathways to contain global temperature rise, but a doomsday scenario could be averted with policy changes. The report lists out 5 possible scenarios for the future, each depending on a variety of choices that will now determine the future of humanity. Take a look.
We ignored the warnings and now it is too late. Global warming is here with a vengeance. A bombshell UN report predicts code red for humanity. But is there any hope for the future? The UN Climate Panel predicts 5 possible scenarios, all based on complex calculations and socio-economic changes. Each scenario is labelled to identify both the emissions level and the so-called shared socio-economic pathway. The first one is IPCC's most optimistic scenario. It describes a world where global carbon dioxide emissions are cut to net zero by 2050. Societies switch to more sustainable practices and inequality falls. While extreme weather is still more common, the world has dodged the worst impacts of climate change. This is also the only scenario that meets the Paris Agreement's goal. The next best scenario is where global emissions are cut down severely, but not as fast as reaching net zero after 2050. It imagines the same socio-economic shifts as the first one, but temperatures stabilize around 1.8 degrees Celsius higher. While the first two are slightly utopian in nature, the third one is a middle-of-the-road scenario. Carbon dioxide emissions hover around the same levels before falling, but they do not reach net zero by 2100. Socio-economic factors also follow their historic trends with no notable shifts. The result, a 2.7 degrees Celsius rise in the temperature by the end of the century. A fourth scenario is similar to this one. On this path, emissions and temperatures rise steadily. Carbon dioxide emissions roughly double from current levels by 2100. Countries become more competitive with one another, shifting towards national security and ensuring their own food supplies. By the end of the century, average temperatures have risen by 3.6 degrees Celsius. The fifth and the last one is a future to avoid at all costs. Here, current carbon dioxide emissions level are roughly doubled by 2050. The global economy grows quickly, but this growth is fueled by exploiting fossil fuels. By 2100, the average global temperature is a scorching 4.4 degrees Celsius. The climate report cannot tell us which scenario is most likely. This will be decided by a variety of factors, including government policies. But it does show how choices today will affect the future. In every scenario, warming will continue for at least a few decades. Sea levels will continue rising, and the Arctic could be free of sea ice in the next 30 years. But the trajectory of climate chaos on this earth depends on the path that the world chooses for itself. Bureau Report WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.